Hello everyone, welcome to the next session on operations research. In this session, we will solve the fourth and last numerical on the topic of Monte Carlo method of simulation. The owner of bakery product shop has observed the following demand pattern for a particular brand of cakes. So here we have the daily demand and the probability given. Every morning he receives fresh cakes and places order for next day. The order quantity for next day is equal to the number of cakes that is demanded on the previous day. Please be careful while making the second table. It is going to help you decide on the number of cakes that you will be having available for the next day. Assuming that he receives 30 cakes on the first day and places order for 30 cakes for the next day. So this is the starting value given to us. Simulate the system to determine average number of cakes sold per day, probability of stock out on any day, average number of unsold cakes per day if he does not sell stale cakes. This is very important. Average profit per day if he earns profit of rupees 20 per cake and returns unsold cakes next morning with loss of rupees 10. And these are the random numbers given. I was talking about these random numbers when the value is little larger. That is, you have 4 digits. So how do we solve? I will show you. I'll first prepare the table 1 wherein we will have demand, then we have probability, then we have the cumulative probability, then we have the random number interval, and finally the random number that is fitted in any one of the interval. So the demand given is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Then we have the probability given as 0.02, 0.08, 0.15, 0.40, 0.30 and last 0.05. So now we'll calculate the cumulative probability. The first value is 0.02. Next we'll add this and place here. So it becomes 0.10. Then we'll add this and place here. So this becomes 0.25. Next add this and place here 0.65. Add this, place here 0.95 and finally add this and place here. This is 1.00. Next we'll talk about the random number interval. We will obviously start with 0. First, if you check these numbers, the highest value that is possible over here is 10,000. Because the number which you see here is 9,000 something. So obviously the highest value is 10,000. For getting 10,000 over here, this all numbers I have multiplied with 40. If you check here, so let's multiply all these numbers with 40. So this number becomes 200. This becomes 1,000. This becomes 2,500, 6,500, 9,500 and 10,000. So that's how I converted them into whole numbers. Now I will think about subtracting 1 from each of them. So this will be 199, this will be 999, this will be 2499, 6499, this is 9499 and finally 9999. So we started with 0 and the range value is over here 199. Then next value is 200 and use this number. So 200 to 999. Then again 1000 to 2499. Then 2500 to the next one. 6499. Then we have 6500 to 9499 and last 9500 to 9999 as the last number. Now we'll talk about the random numbers that we have to fit. So let me give them numbering. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I am fitting these numbers over here. So I will write down number 1 is 3244. That will fit here. So number 1 is here. Accordingly, I'll place the other numbers. So 2 lies here, 3 is here, 4 lies at this place, 5 is here, 6 is here, 7 and 8 are here, 9 is here, and 10 is at this position. So that's how we have fitted the random numbers by giving them some labeling. Now we will draw the second table as we have drawn in all the other numericals. That is the day-wise demand that we have. So I will have column of day. We have 10 of them. 1, 2, 3. Next will be my demand. Now here I am changing the columns a bit based on the questions that are being asked. So I will make the next table of the available cakes. I'm writing available because he is ordering these cakes and selling them. So I am writing here available cakes. Then I am writing about the stock situation. And I am also writing about the stock out situation. Stock means how many are remaining with him in the inventory, and stock out means when he is running out of cakes and not able to provide to the customer. And last I will talk about how many cakes he has sold. You can make this column ahead also, it's your choice. So first we will talk about the demand. Now demand is based on these random numbers. So 1, 30, 2 means 40, 3 means 50, and accordingly you can write for all of them. So I'm writing here, this is 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 50, 30, 30, 40 and 30. This is based on these numbers that we have allocated. Now next, available cakes. For this I will read the question again. Every morning he receives fresh cakes and places order for next day. The order quantity for next day is equal to the number of cakes that is demanded on the previous day. Assuming that he receives 30 cakes on first day and places order for 30 cakes for next day. So I have got the first data that initially he ordered 30 cakes for the first day and also for the next day. Now we will read this line. The order quantity of next day is equal to the number of cakes that is demanded on previous day. So based on how many demand was there on this day, first day, he has decided to order for the next day. Same way 40 will be reflecting here. Then again 50, then next day is 40, next day is 30, then 50, then 30, 30 and 40. So based on this demand, you can see he has placed order for the next day. Now we will talk about the stock situation. For that, he has available 30 cakes. His demand is 30. So there will be no stock remaining and he is also not in the stock out situation. And how many cakes he has sold? 30. Next, he has available cakes 30 and his demand is 40. So he can sell only 30 cakes. He cannot sell more than that. But his demand is 40, which means he was not able to sell 10 cakes. So he ran out of 10 cakes and no stock obviously. Then next day, 40 cakes are there with him. 50 is the demand. So again he is able to sell 40 only because 10 cakes are less. So no stock. Fourth day, 50 cakes he has. He has a demand only of 40 cakes. So now he has 10 cakes in spare with him. So he did not run in stock out, but he was able to sell only 40. Now this column is actually very easy to fill up if you observe till now. the minimum of these two will fill up this column. So in case you're not able to think of so much, I'm giving you a shortcut. For creating the sold, just choose the minimum of these and you can fill up the table. If you want, I'll fill up the table and then read out for you. So I am just choosing the minimum of these values. So 30, 30 and 30. Now let's talk about it so that you can tally and actually realize that the trick works. Next one. Available cake 40. His demand is 30. So obviously he'll sell only 30. But 10 cakes more remain with him. He already had 10 cakes. Now if you read the question over here, he does not sell stale cakes. That's why I underlined it. He has not decided to sell any of the stale cakes. So 10 were remaining. He has 10 more. These two will now remain with him in his stock. 40 is with him. 30 is the number of cakes sold. So obviously he has not run in any stock out situation. The next one. 30 cakes he has. 50 is the demand. Though he can give this 20 cakes, but the question has said that he will not sell any of the stale cakes. So he will preserve the stale cakes. He will prefer running into stock out situation and he has sold only 30 cakes. Next one, he has 50 available cakes, 30 is the demand. So he can sell only 30 cakes over here. And what about the rest 20 cakes? It will get added to his stock. So this will now become 40. He has not run into any stock out situation. Then he has 30 cakes available, 30 to be sold. His stock is still of 40. He cannot do anything about it, but he is not in any stock out situation. Then he has 30 cakes, 40 to be sold. He will be able to sell only 30. But what about the stock out situation? He has 10 cakes less. His stock is still at 40. Last, he has ordered 40 cakes. He is selling only 30 of them. But what will he do with the rest 10 cakes will now be added to his stock. He is not in stock out situation. Now we will calculate the total demand. Now the problem is very simple. If you calculate the summation over here, this is 370. Now we will talk about the first question. Average number of cakes sold per day. Average number of cakes sold per day will be how many? So these are the total numbers that he has sold. This summation is 320. So the first answer is average number of cakes sold per day will be 320 upon 10. That is 32. Now you have the next question. Probability of stock out on any day. So let's talk about the stock out situation. So what is the probability? Again we have 1 upon 10 and we will add this. So it is 20 plus 30, 40, 50. So this will be now 0.5. Let's go for the third question. Average number of unsold cakes per day if he does not sell stale cakes. So he has not sold any stale cake. So the average number of unsold cakes. So this is the stock, which means he has total of 50 cakes unsold. So the third one will now be if you observe, this 50 is the maximum value. So this is nothing but, so this is 50 upon 10, that is 5. Then we'll talk about average profit per day if he earns profit of rupees 20 per cake and returns unsold cakes next morning with a loss of rupees 10. So he has sold a total of 320 cakes. So the fourth one, for calculating profit, you will have to calculate 320 cakes sold at rupees 20. But you will have to subtract the number of unsold cakes into 10. So this will give you a value of 5900 rupees. But we have to calculate average profit. If you read the question, it is asking for average profit per day. So again, I'll have to divide by 10. So the answer is rupees 590, and that is the answer for each of them. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the numerical. If you have any doubts, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.